Hey Mama, I'm Ashley, and this is the Maverick Mompreneur podcast, where you're free and encouraged to own your desire to create and scale an impactful, discoverable online brand and business in the midst of motherhood. A business that's aligned with your mission, lifestyle desires, personality, and zone of genius without wasting your time on the hustle and grind hamster wheel that is social media. Can I get an amen? Sis, you are a maverick, an original, willing to stand out in your authenticity, defy expectations, and do life and business outside the box. In our world, if it's not aligned with who we are, it's a hard pass or a brave pivot. So if you're here for the powerful identity shift and transformation from boss babe or boss mom to aligned CEO, building a one-of-a-kind, influential, hustle-free online business that will produce long-term impact and multiple streams of income through SEO, affiliate marketing, and courses while building yourself in the process, well, pop in those AirPods, grab that cup of coffee or glass of wine, and let's get growing. Hello, Ashley, back with episode 54 of the Maverick Mompreneur podcast. I giggled a little bit there because I think I said last week's episode was 54, but it's actually 53 and this is 54. Anyway, we're going to talk about attracting and repelling with your marketing and why the goal is actually to do both. Yes, you want to repel people away with your marketing. And so let's talk about it. This is a central idea of branding in general. Anywhere from the way that your website looks to your reels should be attracting in your ideal clients and repelling away anyone who is not that, who is not your ideal client. And I know that can feel scary and especially if you're a people pleaser or a recovering people pleaser like me, but I promise you it's necessary and it's how you end up being obsessed with your business and your life. Because think about it, if you only have people who are your ideal clients, your ideal friends, your ideal mates, that's who you get to spend your time with in your business and life, because really it's all the same. It's all your life. That's goals. And so of course we want to repel away anyone who isn't that without the fear that we will not have anyone in our lives. And so I hope that that is the takeaway that you get from this episode, but I am going to give you some more how-tos and whys and things like that. So let's chit chat about it. Before we get started, I wanted to give a quick reminder that the 30K in 30 Days Formula Live program is open for enrollment, and enrollment will close on November 3rd. A breakdown of what's included in the program. If you are ready to create offers in your business or to amplify the results of your current offer, and you want the time collapse code to big money months and are willing to invest, this is absolutely the program for you. So 30K and 30 Day Formula is a hybrid of a mastermind and a group coaching program. We will have 4 training drops, and those will drop on Mondays, beginning on Monday, November 7th. And then there will be Friday Q&A hot seat coaching calls where you can literally show up and receive coaching and get your questions answered regarding the curriculum that you are working through and learning. You're going to learn, amongst many other things, how to effectively and quickly map out an offer that is going to be irresistible to your ideal client and also most aligned to you and your brand. I'm going to give you tons of options. We're going to talk about embodied marketing, how to show up powerfully and with authority in your marketing so that you are commanding the sales that you want. We're going to talk about mindset and managing your mindset, creating energy protocols for yourself that are going to keep you in your highest vibe and calling in all the results you desire. We're going to bust through money mindset blocks that might be holding you back from effectively launching or scaling the impact and income you're making through your own offers. And of course, we're going to be talking a lot about launch strategy. I'm going to give you the exact strategy that I've used to create big money months, and you're going to create your own launch strategy with my help and guidance. Full breakdown of what's included. You've got 4 training drops. There's 5 group Q&A hot seat coaching calls. We're going to be in a private Facebook group, tons of supplementary materials. And then there are 2 bonuses. One is List Build Lab, aka Like a Boss. That is a course that is going to teach you exactly how to set up and effectively build your email list so that you can use that to market when you launch, if you're ready for that. And then also another bonus, the Elevate Your Mindset Self-Paced course. Those are a combined $1,000 value alone. So get in on that on this round if you know that you are ready to create your own offers and really do the dang thing walking into 2023 like a total boss and scaling the impact and income that you're more than capable of. There are links to more information in the show notes. And if you are not listening to this in the time period that we're open for enrollment, check that out too, because I'm not sure if I will end up making it a self-study course, or if I do not do that, there'll certainly be a wait list for the next round. Hey Mavericks, I'm so glad to be back with you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to listen to the podcast. Thank you for all the shares. You guys are so amazing. I love our community of women who are building lives and businesses that they're absolutely obsessed with, and they're not afraid to do things outside the box. You guys are my faves. So this topic is something that I've been thinking a lot about in all the ways, and it's how we want to both online and offline be both attracting what's meant for us and who we're meant to serve, who we're meant to be with, who we're meant to interact with, and also not being afraid of repelling away what's not good for us, who is not good for us, who we would not be a fit for. And I'm going to draw parallels between life and business the whole time because it's literally the same exact thing, because not only is this principle a huge part of branding, attracting and repelling through your marketing, but so is congruence. And congruence meaning the way that you behave and interact and speak and are offline should be the way that you present yourself and your brand. You really should have congruence with those two things. If you do, the right people are going to be attracted and stay in your life and in your business. And that is when you are going to be absolutely loving every minute of it. And when you are not doing this, there's natural consequences for that too. So we're going to talk about all of the things in this episode. So the first thing that I want to mention is acknowledging that it's scary to fully be ourselves. I am more than aware of this, and it took me until I'm 39 now. It definitely took me pretty much all the way up until 39, maybe 38, to be comfortable to fully be myself and to not be worried about that, to not worry about people unsubscribing from my email list or unfollowing. When we hold back on what we really want to say and talk about and who we really are, or even what it is that we're selling, whether that's on the internet or it's in our lives, this waters down our power. This waters down our impact. This waters down our satisfaction and happiness. Let's think about how this can play out. So just several examples so you can get an illustration of where I'm coming from here. So if you don't show up fully as yourself, and when I say fully as yourself, it doesn't mean you need to share every detail of your life. I certainly don't share every detail of my life, but certainly in your niche, there are ways that if you aren't now, you in the past have held back from truly saying what you want to say and truly getting your perspective out there, which is how you stand out online. Let's think about how this can play out. This concept of not showing up fully as yourself, not showing up, really saying what it is that you want to say and being who it is that you really are. So if you show up online and you are, I don't want to say copying, but you're emulating someone else that you look up to because you don't quite feel confident in your power and who you are, and you're not exactly who it is that you are on the other side of the screen or the camera or the post, what happens is temporarily you may end up with a bunch of people in your audience and they think that they know, like, and trust you. And if that does happen, and then they do purchase from you, on the other side of that, you're not going to feel good or authentic. And they're going to be confused, like, wait a minute, I thought you were this way and you're that way. And that's where that congruence piece comes in. That is not going to feel like a business that you're obsessed with, even if you make a temporary cash influx. If you are not the way that you're presenting yourself, you're always going to feel that little cognitive dissonance that doesn't feel good. And I say that speaking from experience. And some of that comes from not knowing yourself. I remember showing up online absolutely not knowing who I really was or having lost touch with who I really was. And so I was just piecing it together from leaders and influencers who I saw online, mixed in with the bits of myself that I did know. And I honestly haven't ever asked anyone, hey, did that come across, or do I seem different now? But I feel very different. So that's just one example. This can also play out if you're presenting yourself with groups of people in person, say with a mom's group, or you go out to dinner and you meet a bunch of different people. Maybe you present yourself how you feel that they would most accept, and maybe they do gravitate towards you. Maybe you make some new friends, but then you end up with friends who don't share your same values, interests, what you like to do for fun, and you kind of always feel like the outsider, never really seen. Has that ever happened to you? And then obviously, and not everyone's going to relate to this or be in the same state of being, but I am back in the dating scene. And if you think of this from a dating sense, if you project something other than you are or something other than you want, so say, for example, you want a long-term relationship, but say you project out that you don't want that. You're just like super casual, it's whatever, this very non-committal energy. Guess what you're going to attract? You're going to attract men with commitment issues who aren't in it to win it. But that's not what you truly want. And so then you've attracted in people who aren't in alignment with what you actually want. On the flip side, if you show up and if you listen back to, I don't know what episode it was, I'll link it in the show notes, because I am going to talk a little bit more about the follow-up to that. But if you listen to the episode I talked about, it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek dating app profiles for men and how that relates to personal branding. It's actually pretty good and funny. It was one of the more popular ones from the Maverick Mompreneur podcast. But I talked to my fake client Chad about that very thing, that branding yourself in your profile on a dating app is the same as branding yourself online. And congruence is the key. You want to showcase who you actually are, and you want to be able to attract in people who are like-minded, who get your sense of humor. However it is that you are positioning yourself, you want it to actually be how you are, so that you not only attract in people who are like-minded and vibe with you, but then once you're in the DMs or the messages or texting or talking on the phone or meeting up for a date, you actually are that person, and then you have a chance at love. I mean, that's like an extreme example, but truly that's what it is. And with our clients, it's the same way. So you want to have clients in your world for the long term. You want to continue to be able to help them and serve them and be the next step in their journey. If you don't serve them, and if they don't find congruence in how you presented your marketing and who you are on the other side of that, on the other side of their payment, they're probably not going to stick around in your world. And that's so key to long-term success in business. And I'm hoping my theory proves correct that it is true in life and relationships as well. It's hard to see how that wouldn't be true. I mean, there's all kinds of other issues, but if you attract in someone who wants the same things that you do from the outset, and that's clear and it's honest and congruent with reality, then I don't know, I have a hard time seeing how that wouldn't play out well. To be continued. And if you think about this, so let's think about dating, for example, again. So would you want to go on a date with someone and date them knowing that they are an entrepreneur? And that's like all you know about them. So very general. So person's profile, there's their picture, they're an entrepreneur. No, of course not. So when we are marketing towards our audience, why are we often so comfortable being general with that target client? Why are we not getting really down into the weeds and calling in exactly who our ideal client is? And I know this seems scary, and I've struggled with this in the past as well. You feel like if you're speaking to one person that you're going to exclude anyone else who is not that ideal client, but that's actually not what happens. When you market towards your ideal client, you are going to get other people who vibe and relate on other levels and want what you have to offer, but your soulmate clients, and particularly your one-on-one clients, if you offer one-on-one services, or your mastermind students, you're going to be spending a lot of time with them, probably more than you would if you go on a date with someone, right? So you want to have people who come into your world already knowing exactly what it is that they're going to get. You are not tailoring every single thing to meet the needs of these individual clients because you weren't speaking to that one client to begin with. You want to attract in women or men, your ideal clients who are ready to buy. They are ready to learn from you. They want to learn from you. They know exactly what it is that you're offering because you've spoken directly to them and their needs, and you've had your pulse on what it is that they want. So what is the antidote to this issue? Well, it's making sure that you are both attracting and repelling. So attracting in knowing who you're actually showing up for. So literally thinking of a person. So for me, I have someone who is actually my ideal client, an actual person, and I will get her face in my mind before I go to write a post. What does she need to hear? What is she struggling with? What are the mindset blocks that she has, the insecurities she has that I can speak to and encourage? Literally speaking to that person. That is my ideal client. And do other people show up in my programs and in coaching? Yes, absolutely. But your goal is not to please everyone. You are calling in people who are aligned, who are going to be your soulmate clients, who are going to be your tribe. And you cannot do that. And you're not going to build a business that you're obsessed with, like I know you want to, unless you're being you. You're being authentic. You're talking like you would be talking to that person, that friend, if they were right in front of you. And this goes from the copy on your website to your sales pages, to your posts, to showing up in your Instagram stories, being yourself and speaking to your ideal client. Now, is everyone going to vibe with that? Is everyone going to vibe with you? Is your high school acquaintance going to be your ideal client and want to follow along on every word? No. Allow people to leave your world who you're not meant to serve. You are a business. If you're showing up online, I know there's people, we get scared of their opinions, but if you're comfortable, block them. You can remove them from your world if that is stopping you from showing up authentically. You can also continue to every single day focus on just showing up in your business for that ideal client avatar. The most attractive thing that you can be, and this is in all areas, is fully and wholly and comfortably yourself. Whether that is friends, whether that's in the dating aspect, whether that's online in marketing your business and your brand, the most attractive thing is you being yourself. And how exciting is that? That's very well within the realm of possibility for every single human. The more you get to know yourself, the more you heal, the more you grow, the more you get past fears and imposter syndrome and all these things that we're constantly going to deal with in life and business. But the more that you can step into that, the more magnetic that you'll be. And I think that's so cool. I love that. And the more that you become authentic with your voice and your brand, and you know exactly who you're trying to reach with your content, you're going to notice a shift in who you're attracting in, on who your clients are, on who your teammates are, on who your dates are. You're going to start attracting in people that you truly vibe with, that you click with, and you're going to repel away the people who wouldn't share your vision, who wouldn't vibe with you, who you wouldn't want to be on a coffee date with or a Zoom call with. And I can speak to this from a business standpoint with sales funnels. So I had a funnel when I was still team building in network marketing, social selling. I had a funnel where people would join my team without ever speaking to me. And that was great because it was automated, but I can tell you it did bring people into my world who I wish I had repelled. And I say that, no offense, but if you're taking this general pool of people who would want to be joining a company and funneling them in, and it's just the first option, which is badass, I think. And it's part of what I teach when I have one-on-one clients in social selling who want to create a sponsoring funnel. But for me, I'm over here trying to create this magnetic, amazing business where I get to surround myself with exactly who I am meant to serve. That wasn't the play, and it did end up attracting people into my world that caused drama and chaos and stress and all of those things. And that's never happened in an organic way. I can truly say that. Not never, but very rare is there any kind of drama or chaos or weirdness with my clients and students and people in my audience. It's a good vibe. And so there's many reasons why I'm no longer building in network marketing, but that was one of the reasons is I didn't want to be DMing people and making fake relationships with people to hope that they joined my team. And then I also no longer wanted to be doing what I was doing, which was automatically sponsoring people. And that didn't feel aligned either. So to me, it's always and forever about building a life and a business in a way that's aligned with what feels authentic and true to you, true to myself. And that's always going to be the case. So in trying to attract and repel with your marketing, what you're going to be doing is serving your clients at your best. And you're going to be getting to work with people who inspire you, that trust your vision, that get your vision, that want to learn from you. And you can give them the best work. You can give them the best of you. And the coolest thing is that you get to be yourself that entire time. And that is how you build a business you're obsessed with. That's how you build a life you're obsessed with. You cut out the toxicity, you repel away anyone who is not on your level in whatever way that it is. You stop feeling guilty about that. You stop feeling guilty for wanting people or getting people out of your world in any way, shape, or form that are not meant for you, that you are not meant for. We do not need to, for any reason, hold on to something if it's not making you happy, it's not making you healthier, it's not making you money. You don't need that in your life. I don't care who it is, and I don't care if that sounds selfish. Staying loyal to yourself is not selfish. You staying loyal to yourself has you serving the people in your life, in your sphere of influence, your family, at the highest level. And I would not say that if I didn't believe and know in my soul of souls from doing things the opposite way that that is the damn truth. And so I want that for everyone. I want you to feel empowered to do your life the way that feels in alignment to you, your beliefs, who you are, listening to your intuition, listening to your gut, and showing up anywhere that you are as who you are. And you will attract in the coolest freaking people. So anyway, I'm also really excited. I have a date coming up that I'm really excited about with someone who does seem pretty dang aligned. I mean, you never know. I don't know if there's going to be congruence between the branding and the actual person, but I'll keep you posted. Anyway, I'm gonna start sharing some more with you guys because I'm just noticing so many parallels. So in conclusion, get out there, go repel away everyone that's not meant for you in the most attractive way possible. And you're going to be sitting pretty. You're going to be making the impact and income that you want to make. And you're going to be feeling so dang good and so dang in integrity, in congruence, and time, which is our most precious resource, is going to be very well spent with anyone who you choose to spend your time with. And I want that for you so much. And I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so much for being here with me today, and I will chat with you next week. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. My goal is to help as many women in business online as possible to build strong, powerful, aligned, and profitable personal brands. The best way to show you appreciate this content is to screenshot and share on your social media or share with your team. Actually, even better would be to also leave a review for the podcast on whichever platform you're listening on. If you are looking for any additional support, you can always reach me via email at hello@elevatedwithashley.com. You can DM me on Instagram at Ashley R. Latimer, or join us in the free Elevate Academy for brand building, maverick marketers, and mompreneurs Facebook community. Can't wait to chat with you next week.